Rob and Kale podcasts. Rob Sanders.
Clemson is going to kick the shit out of the South Carolina Gamecocks probably for the next 10 years every time they run across each other.
Kale Carolina Jackpot Hall.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are weaker than a plate full of piss.
The Rob and Kale podcasts.
Let's go. And welcome into the Rob and Kale podcast. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us this evening. Jam-packed show for you tonight. As we roll along here, we're getting into the heart of the NFL season. We've also got coaches all over the place. I welcome in my buddy, Mr. Carolina Jackpot. What's up, buddy?
Rob, how are you doing tonight?
I'm having a field day, laughing at all of the Dallas fans who ran their mouths about my Packers had no shot, and my Packers went out and hung almost a 50 burger on them. So. Yeah, pretty fun.
That would have been a really good bet to take on the money line today. I thought about it.
Was it like 355? Was it minus 355 or something like that?
No, it wasn't that much. It was like minus 240, 250.
Yeah, it was pretty funny though. I mean, it really was. So, and they thought so much that they were going to just slap Green Bay around, and Green Bay was not having any of it. So that's pretty funny. Did not happen. Did not happen at all. So there's that. We're not going to just talk about that this evening, though. There are other things to get into. The coaching stuff is kind of still there. I mean, we've got recruits going all over the place. I'm tired of 18-year-old kids making comments about, I went there because it's a business decision.
Yeah.
Just stop it. I mean, you don't even know if you're a good player yet. You know what I'm saying? And we're still seeing that, and it's just, man, it's just tough. Tough when you really stop and look at some of this. Gamecock basketball got the win at Mizzou yesterday. Clemson beat up on Boston College. So there's some other things there too, Jackpot. But what else would you like to get into this evening?
Oh, we can get into all that. This coaching stuff, we got a bad echo going on. The coaching stuff and the ramifications of that. Jed Fish accepts the head coaching job, I guess, at Washington.
Yeah.
Talking about some South Carolina Gamecock stuff with the coaching staff, what's going on there. Speculation is that Justin Stepp is probably not going to be retained.
God,
I don't know, man. I don't understand why we're letting. I can see why we're pushing Justin Stepp out the door, because the wide receiver position really hasn't developed past few years like it should. And everybody, y'all going to point to Xavier Leggett coming out, and Josh Vann came out and he did some stuff, but. To be honest with you, with the Spencer Rattler throwing the ball, we still didn't put up the kind of numbers we should have. Kind of missed on some recruits as well. The young man from Strom Thurmond, what's his name that went to Tennessee? Fucker's name?
Yeah, I know. I got you.
What's his fucking name? Staley. Staley.
Yeah.
Missed out on that one. He wasn't able to flip that guy. I don't know. It maybe speaks out. And look, people get all pissed off, but look, it's like this, y'all. These assistant coaches move around a lot. I mean, there's a lot of that's always a very fluid situation in most cases. So I wouldn't worry that much about it.
So Justin Stepp leaving doesn't bother you, is what you're telling me?
No. Uncle Lou told me today on his live stream that James Coley was absolutely horrendous. Well, he's not going to be the offensive coordinator, so I think he's basically there to recruit. So we'll see what's going on with that. But if Justin Stepp leaves, that you still need a tight end coach.
Right.
And so in my opinion, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on with the strength and conditioning piece? Is this motherfucker going to be able to stay around another year? This is ridiculous. And you had like almost triple-digit injuries last year on that team, soft tissue injuries. But we're going to keep him. He's going to keep his job. Fuck.
So, what do you think of Mazio Bennett, the young man that is coming in, the wide receiver? I mean, there's a high upside to him, and I bring him up because that's a guy that Step was the lead recruiter on, and I wonder if he's going to be like, well, Coach Step's not there, maybe I'm not going to be there. Is that something that you look at and you're like, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. But
I'm not throwing shade, Jackpot. I'm just asking because,
but I mean, these guys will leave anymore because the fucking toast wasn't done enough in the damn dining hall. I mean, they'll go because we didn't have Chick-fil-A on fucking Wednesday. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you can't hold back the progress of the program over one recruit getting their panties in a wad because somebody that coddled them's not going to be there anymore. I mean, it's up to you to play the fucking game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's up to you to earn your way. He ain't going to do it for you.
Shout out to Jay. Super chat. Appreciate Jay with a super chat. Thank you, sir. Ray is going to join the program. Let's bring Ray in. Ray, what's up?
Hey guys,
What's up,
how
Ray?
y'all doing?
I'm fantastic, Ray. How are you?
That's great, man. Just a little insight. I think you're kind of on to the James Coley hire at South Carolina. He was at Florida State under Jimbo. I can basically tell you what he is. He's a mediocre to bad coach, but he is a heck of a recruiter, and I don't mind telling you, he was the absolute bag man. He's the man that made the deals.
Is he the one? Is he responsible for bringing Jameis Winston in? Because he was down there about that time.
No, it was the quarterback coach that we got from Auburn. I forget his name right now. He played quarterback at Auburn. He was I can't think of his name, but he's the one responsible for bringing Jameis in.
Who was that running? What was the running back y'all had on that team? What's his name?
We had James Wilder, Devontae Freeman.
Yeah.
Is he responsible for bringing him in?
Oh yeah, he's from Miami, and that's
was he responsible for bringing in Kelvin Benjamin?
Yeah, absolutely. He was the one that he was the South Florida guy.
What about Nick O'Leary?
Not really. O'Leary's family had ties to the university.
That was like Jack Nicklaus's grandson.
Yes, absolutely. He already had ties to the university. And give Jimbo his due. He was a heck of a recruiter as well.
What about Christian Ponder?
No, I don't think so, man.
I can't laugh. I mean, he beat us in a fucking bowl game. We lost that motherfucker.
Ponder's dad played for Bobby Bowden back in the day. And he was already on the team when Jimbo became the coach in waiting.
That was the bowl game when Steven Garcia decided to drink too many of these on Friday night.
I think so, man.
Take a bottle of Blue Chew.
Yeah, that's the one where he got busted in. From what I mean, the rumor is that he was in his hotel room in Atlanta, and there were literally hookers and blow there. And lots of it. We're not judging. Just,
hey, man.
You get a team tomorrow, but why not go out and have hookers and blow? Why not?
Hey, in today's college football, that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's
hookers and blow? Yeah.
Well, basically, you prove me that it doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
I'm with you. At this juncture, they're all on hookers and blow. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like we got the little I guess the level 2 violation for the Amarius Mims situation. The offensive lineman from Georgia, we were going to get out of the portal. I mean, it is what it is. Basically, the offensive coordinator, Alex Atkins, he took him and his family to a meeting with a booster to discuss NIL opportunities, dropped them off and picked them up and brought them back. So I think the biggest issue was that he kind of lied about it. He wasn't really upfront about it. I mean, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, the biggest part of it is, I think, 5 scholarships over 2 years and a little bit of a fine.
He fucked. I mean, he fucked up. I mean, so he broke the rules on something that virtually has no rules.
Absolutely, there was no rule basically, and this happened back in like 2022, Jackpot.
Yeah, I know.
why can't Florida State? And I'm not asking this. I'm not putting this out there like an ass, but why can't Florida State just be like, "Fuck you, we're not doing it"? What's the NCAA going to do to them?
Done. But I will tell you this, and I think there's some blowback with us suing the ACC. I think there's a lot of blowback there.
Look, I think, I mean, from what I've gathered from other incidents that have happened, if I'm a fan or whatever school that you support or whatever, when the NCAA comes knocking, I would point blank tell them, get a warrant.
Stop.
Right.
Because cooperating with them gets you nothing.
Right.
Seriously.
Oh, I agree.
I absolutely
agree with you, man.
Our facility is off limits to everyone. Get a warrant.
Right.
What can they possibly do?
Right.
Nothing.
I agree with you. And the Stan Wilcox that used to be the athletic director, that's the one that hired Willie Taggart, that set our program back many years. He is one of the compliance officers for the NCAA, and he was not happy when we let Willie Taggart go, and so there was some blowback there. But I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, are you gonna keep him around? I mean, seriously.
No, he's terrible.
He was awful. That was the worst hire probably in the history of college football, and the reason he got hired was because of Stan Wilcox. And I am not racist in any shape, form, or fashion, but there was a lot of pressure to hire an African American coach, and that's one of the main reasons this man got hired.
Look, I'm in the camp of my whole problem with that is I don't give a shit if you're black, white, green, yellow, have stripes, whatever. If you can coach and develop men, that's what you should go after.
I agree.
Period. I don't give a shit. I mean, that is the dumb. When I hear stuff like that, and it's like the NFL has the Rooney Rule, right? Where it's like, hey, you have to interview so many minority candidates. When they put that out there, there was a need for it, but there's not a need for it anymore.
I agree.
I mean, the Raiders are going to hire Antonio Pierce as their coach because he went in and motivated those guys. And it doesn't matter what color he is, even though he is a black guy. But the point is that there are a lot of players now that are going to be coaches, and the majority of the league are black guys, and they can motivate these guys. And it's stupid to me.
I agree with you 100%. I wouldn't have cared. I didn't care. Hey, did I want Willie Taggart to do good? Absolutely. He was our coach.
Well, hell yeah.
I wanted
to look at my name right here. I got on my my label tonight. Carolina Quarter Zip Jackpot. That's named after our basketball coach. Guess what? He's a black dude. I want him to do good.
Exactly.
Right. You've also got like who was the guy? God, I'm trying to remember I interviewed the voice of Florida State. The guy who says, fire those cannons. I can't remember his name, but
you talking about Gene Deckerhoff?
Yeah, Gene Deckerhoff. I've interviewed Gene Deckerhoff.
Retired.
But I've interviewed him a couple of times. And I interviewed him he's the guy that's the voice of Florida State sport, or was. And
was he like the Bob Fulton of Florida State?
Basically. And when I asked him about Willie Taggart, he told me off the record, he's like, yeah, there's pressure here, pressure there. But he also said, I think he's a hell of a coach. Everybody down there was behind Willie Taggart.
Right.
I mean, that's
he hadn't done anything. He had been at Western Kentucky or somewhere.
Well, honestly, if you want to know my opinion on it,
he had a losing record, I think.
Well, I don't think it was so much. As a person, I think Willie was a good guy. I think the job was way bigger than he was ready for. Okay. And honestly, he wasn't that successful at Oregon. He really wasn't. Then he left. When we got rid of him, he went to FAU. I think it was FAU or FIU. I'm not sure. And he tanked down there. So
it was FAU.
Yeah. He's tanked everywhere he's been. But he got $26 million for his troubles.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So you can't.
I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for him either. But
well, and one of the main reasons I called. Did you see where Jed Fish took the Washington job?
Yep.
Well, who's going to take the Arizona job?
I'm excited about that because that down here, the Gator fans, because he's a Gator alum, they already was licking their chops, thinking that, hey, we're going to fire Billy Napier halfway through the season. We're going to hire Jed Fish. Well, you wait around, you snooze, you lose. It's over with now. He's done gone to another job.
Do you kind of think maybe that some of these guys like a DeBoer and like Jed Fish, like they're having like one Cinderella season, and maybe they're getting themselves into a job that they're not ready for?
Maybe with Fish, but DeBoer is the real deal.
Yeah,
I absolutely believe he is.
I will agree with that. I did a video about him yesterday. You know, he's like 104-12.
Absolutely.
As a head coach. And
but I will say this, that does not mean he will be ultra successful at Alabama.
No. But hell, he was in NAIA football. He coached this team for 5 years at Sioux Falls College. He was the Nick Sabin while he was there. He won 3 national championships out of the 5 years he was there. And he hadn't been a head coach before at all.
Yeah. Well, here's what I think, because I don't think Alabama is as powerful a university as they think they are, because they got a lot of kids to play there because Nick Sabin was there. They kind of got more or less, they got some discounts on kids to go there to play for Nick. Look at the portal. Look, their players are leaving left and right. Well, obviously their loyalty wasn't to the university, was it?
No, you know what I'm saying? Still, I don't know why these kids were clamoring to play for him. I mean,
I agree with you, Jackpot, but I'm just saying.
We've seen clips of him at practice and stuff like that. He was a bastard.
Yes, but he was ultra successful, and he put a lot of kids in the NFL. But now
it's weird that all these coaches that can put players in the NFL like nobody's business can't coach a fucking lick when they get to the NFL.
Well, Nick wasn't the world's best coach in NFL.
Him, old balls, Lou Holtz, these guys come to mind.
Well, it's a different thing in college. It's Jimmys and Joes, not just X's and O's. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to be a player's coach in the NFL. You basically.
Right. I think the only college.
Hey, I think, and I mean, I'm not going to heap a whole lot of praise on him because you know how I feel about university. Hell, I think Dabo would be a good coach in the NFL.
Probably. I don't know. I mean, obviously, if he would just be a CEO and let the coordinator do
wouldn't
their
have
job,
to worry about the damn transfer portal.
Well, my point is, and I don't know about Dabo. I mean, I think one of the main reasons, other than Nick Sabin was 72 years old and he was ready to get out of it. I mean, there comes a point in time. But, some inside information that NIL is the reason he got out, because he just simply didn't want to have to deal with the hassle anymore. And the man didn't have to. He's accomplished everything he could ever accomplish. Why should he hang around and put up with the BS?
Well, but it's also on that front, though, he couldn't stack
Agreed.
5-star players on top of 5-star players.
Agreed,
The Clemson team that throttled his team in 2018, on the quarterbacks on that roster, Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa, and Mac Jones. All 3 of those guys started in the NFL this year.
Those days are over with, because now if they don't get playing time, they're going somewhere else.
Yep. I mean, take my ball and go home.
And I do believe it's going to create some parity, and it's already created some parity in college football, although it's a different game than we're used to. But anyway, guys, enjoy your show. Talk to you later.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Keith, longtime friend of the show, says Sabin cannot push around your Jason Taylors and Zach Thomases and Junior Seau, who wanted to kill him, literally, according to Corey Jenkins, who did an interview with me. That was funny shit. They were just waiting on him to come in the bathroom. They were going to jump old Nick Sabin right there in the damn Miami bathroom.
Pastor of Pain.
No, Corey Jenkins, the linebacker. You're thinking Corey Miller. Corey Jenkins.
Oh.
So, but anyway.
Good Corey Jenkins that played quarterback some too.
Yep, but he was down there. He played for the Dolphins that in his rookie year when Sabin was the coach. So, so there's that. Anyway, if you want to get involved with the program, have at it. I'll put the link over there. If you want to join the show, kind of a hodgepodge stuff tonight. Of course, we talked about the playoff game there. There's a playoff game going on right now that might be interesting too. Let's see here. SEC Dog says Roll Tide, the GOAT retired. Now you think this Washington guy can top that? He'll be fired inside of 3 years.
Why does everybody think that? I mean, that guy, he's got a solid resume. And everybody says, well, he can't recruit. I mean, what Washington's recruits? Well, first of all, he inherited a fucking dumpster fire, and he just got the job in 2021 at the end of it. He had 2022 and 2023 to work with. Nobody really knows how good of a recruiter he is yet.
I can tell you this. He was 3-0 against Oregon while he was there, and Oregon had consistently better composite rosters than what he had. So he won with less. So he won more games with less talent. He's going to go down to Alabama, and obviously he'll have more talent because I hate to break it to people, but Alabama lost a recruit here or there. People are still going to go to Alabama. It's that shit doesn't end. People will still go to Alabama. Yeah. And when they go to Alabama, he's going to have more talent there. And will he be able to develop it and win? I don't know, but he has a track record of doing that. I don't see why that's going to change.
I'm pretty sure they'll win. I mean,
yeah. No, they get. I don't think to think they're going to be Sabin like is crazy, but to think that they're LSU fans that have been in my Twitter feed that think that Alabama's going to fall off the earth and they're going to be an 8-4 program forever. You're out of your fucking mind.
I used to been waiting on that to happen. This is your chance, though. Elevate your stuff.
That's true. Anyway, what else do we have on the football front that we could talk about, Jackpot? Oh yeah, your stuff with the strength and conditioning coach. I agree with you 100% on that. For folks that have been following the channel,
and the fuck are we doing? I mean,
Jackpot's I don't want to say he's got a hard on for the strength and conditioning coach, but he wants some answers.
Now, the strength and conditioning coach has made me impotent. I mean, Shane Beamer could go down to Two Notch Road to the damn Planet Fitness and hire the damn club manager to come be the strength and conditioning coach. I think could dare say do a damn better job.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe go over to the Comrades High School. Maybe try to pull that guy.
Yeah, just grab the Comrade. Comrade's not doing anything.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, exactly. Can't be any worse. Cannot be any worse.
There you go.
I mean, I think that he's just like, we're just sitting here maybe, chalking all this up to just a whole big string of bad luck, man. Or, I don't know. Just to, kind of, turn a blind eye to the truth that he sucks.
Brock says DeBoer is not better than Beamer, according to Locked On Gamecock. Stop stirring the pot, sir.
Who said that?
That's what Locked On Gamecock said. Hi, Justin. How are you?
Doing good. How you doing, guys?
Good. How are you?
This evening, buddy.
Doing good. Hey, well, I see everybody making fun of these Cowboys.
They're pretty fun.
Yeah. But anyway,
that's the Tennessee Vols of the NFL.
Oh, wow. Hey, guys. And wow, what are your thoughts about McCarthy at Dallas?
What? What's that? I'm sorry.
What do you thought about McCarthy with the Dallas Cowboys?
McCarthy.
Oh yeah. Mike McCarthy. Like there was rumors the other day that Bill Belichick may be going there, and Mike McCarthy, if he didn't win, he was out. I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, it would be funny, but
Oh yeah.
Whatever at this point. I mean, Cowboys are a gong show. Jerry Jones is 81 years old and he wants to win, but changing he's won 12 games in a year for 3 years. Something happens in the playoffs. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But to fire a guy that wins 12 games a year is kind of stupid. The Panthers haven't won 12 games in 3 years combined. Just to put that into perspective. But
yeah. And think about this. What about Jim? How about DJ's gonna take Dallas if they get with Mike McCarthy?
Yeah, they might. Who knows at this juncture, man? Who knows? Cowboys are a shit show. They're terrible.
Yeah. I agree with that. Hey, if I go, guys, hey, why? I think Alabama got a good coach. I think he's gonna do great at Alabama.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason why he shouldn't.
Yeah,
he's got the money, he's got the recruits. I mean, he's got the resume. So
yeah, we'll have to see how that works out. But I mean, I don't think they're going to be. I don't think they're not going to suck. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh yeah.
All right, Justin. Appreciate it, buddy. Have a good night. All right.
You too. Go Gamecocks.
Go Gamecocks.
There you go, Justin.
I'm pulling for him, and despite whatever the rumors are, I don't know. I'm glad that Dan Lanning either A, didn't get the job, or B, turned it down. B, I'm glad he turned it down because I don't think he's ready for it. A, I'm glad he didn't get it because this guy's like 36. Some young buck like that, he don't deserve that fucking job. What the fuck has he done? I mean, let's be real. I mean, yeah, he was the defensive coordinator at Georgia, and he's been at Oregon for a couple of years and hadn't really done. I mean, who's he beat? I mean, nobody. I mean, he ain't. I mean, so I mean, no. I mean, he doesn't deserve that. This guy doesn't deserve that. This guy's 50 years old. He's a man. He's 50. Damn it. He's been toiling around, at Sioux Falls and fucking Fresno State and all these shitholes for years and years and doing nothing but winning and developing young people and doing the right things. And he's finally got his day in the sun. And by God, let's let him have it. And plus, I mean, he sold it. I mean, he sold. He risked it for the biscuit. The biscuit. Speaking of the biscuit, he's been missing in action. The biscuit's been on a milk carton for a while, but I did see him in an Uncle Lou stream the other night. He popped in real quick and he popped out. It was almost like he was gone as quickly as he came in.
So I want to put this out there too, and
look out for him.
That's fine. We can put out a PBA on the. What is
on
it?
The biscuit? Please do.
So one other thing too, there was lots of talk about, this coach was offered, that coach was offered, and everything else. I hate to be the guy here, but if you sat me down and shot me up with the truth serum, okay, here's what I would believe. I think that Nick Saban, regardless of what he said, he already went and tried to get this guy's offensive coordinator last season. I think he was impressed with this guy. I think that the Alabama AD already vetted this guy. I don't think they called anybody. I think once Saban said, "Hey, we're done," I think they made the call to this guy and said, "Look, we want you here. Do you want to come or not?" I don't think that. I don't think they called Sweeney. I don't think they called Dan. I don't think any of that shit happened. I think it was point blank. If they called anybody, they might have called Kirby Smart. I don't think they called anybody else. I think this was their guy from the beginning. They already knew it. That's why he told the players in 72 hours, you'll know. And they did it right under the 72 hours. Not from anything else. Now, they may have called people, but in my opinion, I think this was the guy. I think Saban helped them with it. And I think that point blank, they knew who they were going to go after, period. So just to throw that out there, because there's lots of Clemson fans that are like, we turned down, and I posted this too because I thought it would be funny. Our coach turned down the Alabama job. Bullshit. Alabama would have went and got whoever the hell they wanted, period. Just the way that it is. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just from my perspective. That's just, I don't think that there was a whole list of people they called. I think that Saban was big on who was coming in, because in his mind, and he even said, "Hey, I'm going to have an office and all that." It's not, I think he's going to have more of a shadow on the program than people think. And I'm not saying DeBoer is going to be like a puppet, but I think that they got somebody in there that could make it a nice, smooth transition. And I think that's what they were going for, and I could be completely wrong about that, but I'm just saying from my perspective and just the way that it looked, because like the whole thing with, they have the whole thing. Well, hey, I know so-and-so's in Tuscaloosa. You heard all that shit. In reality, no one had any of that stuff. You could go and look at when university planes or whatever were flying anywhere. There was none of that. They probably had a couple of Zoom meetings, sent over the contract, and that was it. Because they already tested to see if this guy had the appetite and wanted to do it.
I was talking about that video the other day. DeBoer had come to Washington, I think, from Fresno State.
Yeah.
Back at the end of 2021, I said he was probably hired by Washington on a Zoom call because even at the end of 2021, when the COVID stuff had started not being taken seriously. Well, let's just be frank. Down here in South Carolina, I don't think it was ever really taken seriously. They were probably still pretty much on that protocol there, and that's become like a way of life now. Everybody's doing those Zoom things because of that. I doubt that guy ever. I bet you the first time he ever been down there was when he went to that press conference when he got introduced as head coach.
And Randall says he thinks the Bama AD had to have made calls. Yeah, and that may be true, but I think this was their guy from the beginning. I think they knew pretty quick. Jack, we didn't talk about this jackpot. Old T-Rob is going to go be the Georgia defensive coordinator now, and Will Muschamp is now going to be an analyst. So I want to thank you and the Gamecock fans and Gamecock Athletics for giving that guy a cushy $17 million payout so he can just go and be an analyst on game day for Georgia and then go watch his son play at Vanderbilt. So you're welcome.
Yeah, it said something about him spending more time with family. So did his son hit the transfer portal? Or does he have another son?
Has another son.
So he has another son that's going to play at Vanderbilt?
Yep, that's what I'm thinking here. Yep.
So this is not Jackson Muschamp. This is
no, it's some other. I don't know. I know that it's just it's strange how that came about because he went. T-Rob went from Alabama. I guess maybe he was told, "Hey, you're not going to be the DC."
He was some kind of something there. Was he a position coach there?
Yeah, I think he was the line. I don't remember. Somebody help me with that. What was his job? I can't remember. But either way, now he's going to go to Georgia and be the defensive coordinator there. Yeah. We'll see how that works out.
His defenses at South Carolina weren't horrendous. I mean, he put some guys in the league.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's a co-defensive coordinator spot, so he'll coach it with another coach.
Glenn Schumann?
Yeah, him and Schumann together. So,
huge.
So those two together, and then they'll be I just think it's funny that Muschamp is still, still going to be an analyst. Cross says, do you guys realize just how much time college coaches at big schools spend away from their families? Yes, sir. But I also know
I listen to the Zach Smith podcast. Used to listen to it pretty regularly.
Justin Steps
decided he was an asshole, and I don't really listen to it that much anymore. But he kind of broke it down like week by week what all they went through, and I think he was probably pretty spot on with that. I think he was probably pretty spot on with that.
I looked at I was just looking at Justin Steps stuff. He was making $460,000, so that's a hell of a lot of money. I'm just saying, you're going to work and you're going to make $460,000. That's a lot of money. So
go.
I don't like. Yeah. There's so much money that these coaches make, and a lot of them they go and they work, X amount of years or whatever, and then they hope to hit the jackpot and get a head coaching job. So, and to think about this. This DeBoer guy went from literally NAIA to 5 years ago. Nobody had any clue who he was, period. Mm-hmm. And now he's the head coach at Alabama. Crazy. Travian Robertson, he's your co-defensive coordinator there, SEC dog at Georgia now.
Old T-Rob.
Yeah. Anyway.
He did okay when he was here. I mean, like I said, he put some guys in the league. I mean, some of those Muschamp teams were just, I don't know. I think the culture was a little bit lacking them, but they had some good players.
R says they hope to get a deal like Jimbo and then get fired. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'd aspire to be, is fire Jimbo Fisher. I mean, what you think he's worried about doing tomorrow morning? Golf course not going to be open. It's be snowing wherever he's at. Oh well, damn! I got to sleep in.
Or I can go get on the jet I bought and fucking fly somewhere where I can play.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Do whatever the hell you want. So there's that.
Exactly.
All right. So the link is in the description over there if you want to join the
Link's
show.
in the description box below. I saw Uncle Lou is on his Patreon tonight. He's live streaming the Rams Lions game, which I thought was odd. He's doing live streams of NFL games now. I think he just does it just for the camaraderie, to be honest with you. Likes doing them, which is cool. Uncle Lou's not an NFL fan whatsoever.
Well,
It's really not. I was watching him do the Cowboys Packers game today, and he talked more about damn college football than we did about NFL football. But yeah, views are kind of down tonight. We don't have as many people as we normally do in the chat, and I'm like, he's doing it on his Patreon. I mean, that not that many people in his Patreon that would be over here, but maybe so. I don't know.
Well, maybe he's doing it because Stafford's playing. That may be part of it. Who knows? Yeah, who knows at this juncture. All right. Well, we had all that. Let's see. What was the other thing too that I wanted to get into? Oh, they moved the game because of the snow. Oh, Jackpot, I read this earlier today. Would you go shovel snow in Buffalo for $20 an hour in the stadium?
No.
Yeah, that's what they're giving people to shovel some snow.
Well,
I'm not doing that.
Shovel snow. They don't have something to. I mean, shovel it off what? Like the seats, or
yeah, you got to shovel it out of the seats, and so that they can come in for all that. So they got people shoveling snow, and they're paying $20 an hour.
That's comical. I mean, they ain't going to work for that. Not there. And I know Buffalo, New York is different. I mean, that's not like when a lot of, I think a lot of people think when I say New York, and they think New York City, and I think high prices and this, that, and other. Yeah, Buffalo, New York is basically, and one of my former bosses lived there for a few years when he was a district manager at Target, and he was telling me that it's like really family oriented. And like everybody knows everybody, and it's like almost like a Midwestern town or something. So it's a little bit different there. But
well, it's basically Southern Canada, and I've said for a long time that what we should do as a country is we should just give Buffalo to the Canadians, give them the Bills. That way they'll have their own football team up there, and we'll give that to them as a gesture of goodwill. I mean, I should be the head of the UN. Look at how I'm making friends with Canada. Why not? I mean, it's just Canada South. It's basically what it is.
Yeah. It really is.
Larry says, I cannot get people to help me in my business for $20 an hour part-time cash. I pay 30 to 40 cash whenever I need part-time help. Well, apparently they're trying to weigh on these folks about you're doing it for the good of the Bills. I mean, you only have to work like 10 hours shoveling snow to get face value ticket, so shovel snow for 10 hours. And then, by the way, there are no tickets for this game, but you could sit home and say, I worked enough to buy a ticket. Maybe that's part of it.
Ray LA over in the comment section wants to know, where was that Dollar General jackpot? He was talking about the video I posted earlier. I said, someone can guess where I'm at. I'll give you a shout out. I got to give a shout out to, whoever it was that guessed it. I can't remember, but he did guess correctly. It was in Donalds, South Carolina. Donalds, South Carolina, between Honeypath and Abbeville. So, yeah, that's where I was. No, sir, Jerry Wells. It was not in Tigerville. So I never worked at Dollar General in Tigerville. That was you, R. Was that you that guessed that?
Yeah, sure.
What the fuck is Donald, South Carolina? It's a town, like 300 people. It's near Due West, South Carolina, home of Erskine College. And Dixie High School. which has nothing to do with Confederate flags or rednecks or anything like that. So y'all don't get your mind in the gutter. You ever heard of Dixie High School, Rob?
Yeah, of course. They yep.
They're a 1A school. It's the Hornets.
Yeah, the Hornets.
Yeah, they their football stadium. It's about 12 people. Erskine started playing football. Fun fact: when I driving my Utz truck, probably I don't know, it was about before Thanksgiving. In Due West, and I was just kind of cruising along through there. I had left that store, and I was going. I think I was leaving. I was done for the day, but I was cruising through Due West, and there was one in the crosswalk. I almost ran over a fucking Erskine student in the damn side crosswalk. I had to slam on my brakes and throw some chips forward in that damn truck. And I'm like, "Damn you, little stupid motherfucker!" I'm like, "Get out of the damn crosswalk!" I mean, like, you see me fucking coming. Why are you going to walk out here?
You better head back due west, by God.
Yeah, I mean that's just like, it's fucking rude. I mean, because I got to slam the damn brakes on for you when you see you coming. You've got enough intelligence to be in college, So I mean, let's can we?
Yeah, but it's in due west.
Due West.
Due west, whatever. By the way, Big Barney Ross says all my updates come with an extra helping of cornbread dressing while supplies last. But you, ladies and gentlemen, can go to robandkaleshow.com and look at the latest bourbon review from Big Barney Ross. If you're one of these people that likes your bourbon, or you want to figure out what you want to taste, Big Barney Ross has lined up there. I mean, he's got probably 25 bourbon reviews over there by now.
Randall wants to know, did any famous people come from Donald's? I think there's a Major League Baseball player. Or no. I remember because I Wikipedia'd this place because I wouldn't know. There's somebody that's famous that's an angler, that had a show or was like co-hosted a show on like the Nashville Network or something that, like, I can't remember what his name was. He's an angler. He's one of those guys that fishes on TV for a living. So, yeah. Now, it wasn't a Major League Baseball player. There's some towns that had a Major League Baseball player that I worked with Chips. I can't remember. That might be Ware Shoals. I don't know. Yeah, when you go through, there's a town in Georgia between Elberton and what is that town called, Rob? Royston. Yeah, called Bowman, Georgia. And when you when you're going and entering into Bowman, Georgia, there's a billboard. It's not a big billboard. It's not like the big one advertising the Motel 6 at the next exit. It's a smaller billboard, but it says Bowman, Georgia. Welcome to Bowman, Georgia, home of Miko Hardeman Jr., NFL player and former Georgia Bulldog. Well, they got a hard on for anything Georgia Bulldogs in that area of the country.
Yeah, I got nothing. I don't know anything about Donald, South Carolina.
Yeah, there's not much there. It's a church, a Dollar General, and like I said, that's about it. Fireval says a couple of houses that are falling down. Fireval says, Jack Potter, you really, Dan, have you ever heard of Frogmore, South Carolina?
No, I haven't. I should.
Frogmore is between Beaufort and St. Helena Island. They're about the same size. Anyway, Fireval says, are you really Danny DeVito's size? I don't know. How big is Danny DeVito? I've never seen him naked.
How big a boy is he? We'll find out.
Let me know.
Yeah, let us know.
Larry Croft has heard of it. It's down in Low Country. There's actually a dish that comes from there, Frogmore Stew, which is not frog. I mean, it's like shrimp and just everything in the world just thrown in there.
I don't even know what the hell that is, but okay. Beth says she's heard of Frogmore. Okay, well, good for Beth.
Papa B says soft white underbelly. That's a really good YouTube channel. Have you ever seen that, Rob?
I have. Like they've had some crazy shit on that channel. Like they do interviews with all kinds of people.
They're the ones that they took those Whitakers, those people from West Virginia. They took them to Walmart, like that inbred family. They've never been anywhere.
Yeah, I was watching it the other day, and it was like there was an interview where they interviewed like a coal miner, and he just talked about working like in the coal mine, and that was like he's like that's the only thing my family's done for like 8 generations, and I watched it for like I was like I don't watch this for about 5 minutes or whatever.
They've talked to meth addicts, like gambling, people addicted to gambling and stuff. But the thing about them is, I mean, they made so much money off those people from doing that. They built those people. They helped build them a house.
Yeah. So I'm looking at some of the professional gambler interview with Mickey Mace.
Yes.
I mean, I'm just bipolar, borderline, and beautiful Savannah, part 1. So basically, they got a woman that's beautiful and bipolar, and they interviewed her. I don't know how that would work out. A Hell's Angels biker. I mean, you go to that channel, you can just watch like I mean, I hate to use the term "people of Walmart," but it's like it's almost like a microcosm of America, but rednecked up a little bit,
Yeah, I mean, people need to realize. I mean, everybody's not. I mean, they're not like those of us chatting on here. I mean, they don't. They don't. I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of unfortunate folks out there. Says the Whitakers went straight for the watermelons. Well, they did, and if you saw it, the one feller that doesn't talk, I think his name was Ray. I think his name was Ray. He went and grabbed a big old bag of sour cream and onion potato chips.
Of course he did.
Took him to the Walmart in Beckley, West Virginia, where one Jim Cornette got the cops called on him.
Of course he did. Lisa says, Rob, you make Frogmore Stew just like Low Country Boil. All right. Big Barney Ross says, it sounds like my ex-wives, bipolar Hells Angels. Okay, Big Barney Ross. Good luck with that. Keith with a good example here. He says, Frogmore Stew is shrimp, corn on the cob, and potatoes boiled in a pot.
Yeah, they have lots of dishes like that down in Louisiana and stuff. I mean, I was like, you ever watch, what was it, that Swamp People? Did you ever watch that show?
I remember watching some of it, yeah.
And they cooked up some decent looking stuff down there. I mean, with the gator and not the gator. I mean, it's frying it up and how kind of gum that one. Oh, the one guy that was on there. You remember the guy Bruce that had overalls, but he didn't wear a t-shirt, just wore overalls. He had that like the red, white, and blue bandana, and he went out. He had the beard and everything. Do you remember that guy?
Yeah.
He has a YouTube channel now. It's called Cajun Cooking or Cajun something about Cajun Cooking on the Blackstone Grill. And he's got some really good videos out there. He cooked up some good looking stuff too. Bruce Mitchell.
Yeah. I was looking. I thought I had it up here, but yeah. So there's all kind of interesting stuff out there. What else we got, Jack Paul? I'll put this out here again if anybody else wants to join the show. We're kind of at a weird point right now because all these coaches getting settled in. We're going to find out, I think everybody's back in school now. So the idea of, hey, players moving around, that's probably pretty much over with.
Well, I'm kind of disappointed in the Gamecocks. I mean, not being able, they didn't really, I think Shane Beamer kind of shit the bed on getting a transfer portal quarterback.
He got one. He got the kid from Oklahoma.
Yeah, he's going to be a preferred walk-on. That guy, he's not any good.
Well, but I mean, at least he got somebody to take some fucking snaps.
That kid's from right down the road here. He's not. No. Ugh. I don't know. I wish I don't know. I don't understand why they couldn't have gotten the kid from Vanderbilt. I thought that he was committed, and we were going to get him, and then he fucking goes to LSU. Son of a bitch.
Larry says that Shane should have fired the defensive coordinator. Yes, sir. That's correct. What else?
Yeah. But he. I mean, he was able to stop a terrible Kentucky offense and a terrible Vanderbilt offense in the rain, and a terrible
Yeah.
Clemson offense. But yeah. Let's keep him
Look
around.
at
He's great.
me! Look at me! Yay!
Yeah, he's great. He only let Mizzou rush 400 yards on me, and Georgia kind of did whatever they wanted to in the second half. But no, by God, I mean, send that guy.
Yeah.
He can move around all the and like I said, he can move around all the Justin steps he wants to. But I mean, these guys are assistant coaches. Like I said, I don't want to say a dime a dozen, but they move around a lot. Coordinators are where the shit's at. It's where it begins and where it ends. And
Fireball
that was a swing. That was a swing and a miss.
Fireball says that because it would be racist to fire him. I don't know what that has to. Who gives a shit?
Florida State fired a black head coach. I don't know why we would. He fired Montario Hardesty. He was black too. I don't think he reminded of that being racist. So
why doesn't Charlie Strong have a job somewhere? He should be coaching somewhere.
What is he doing right now?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that he probably has to have some history with Beamer. Beamer coached every goddamn where. He might as well call Charlie Strong. Hey, you want to come hold the hand of our defensive coordinator? We'll give you $450,000 a year. It's not like you're doing anything right now. Come on down.
Hell, tell him to go call Sylvester Kroom. He worked for him. I mean,
Sylvester Kroom dead? I thought he was dead.
Is he dead?
I don't know. I mean,
I didn't think he died.
I thought he died. I don't know. I'm Googling it now.
Papa B looking to tell us if Sylvester Kroom dead. I don't think he is.
Sylvester Kroom is a former.
Papa B says Sylvester Kroom is not dead. Larry Cross said yes, he did. I think Papa B would know over you. He's a Mississippi State fan. I never heard anything about him dying.
No, he isn't. He's not dead yet. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh my God. He can't be that old. And what's he? Probably 70.
He's 69.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think he would.
Yeah, he's 69.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go with that. All right. Well, before we cast anybody else to be dead, Jackpot. Anything else you want to go over this evening?
Talk a little bit of basketball there. I mean, what do you think's going on with that? I mean, I'm pretty stoked about the quarter zips. I mean, that was a good. Aside from the fact yesterday that they were up by 5 points at overtime with less than a minute to go, and they let the fucking cream of wheaters come back and tie that damn game up, and they shouldn't have done that. I mean, it shouldn't have went down to the last shot. Is what I'm saying. Like it did. They should have been able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. But I think when I really step back and look at it, I think that he doesn't have enough talent there yet. And I think, you're 14-2. And I think that's a good record. I mean, I'm not pissing on what he's done, especially after what happened last year. But I wonder when they get into conference play because how that's going to work for them because Mizzou
they're in conference play 2-1.
Yeah, but when they're playing the Kentuckys of the world, Jackpot, and teams like that, I just wonder
Kentucky lost yesterday, so
all right. Well, all right, then fine. They're 2-1. They're going to go 18-1, whatever.
Well, they're 14-2. So they can't retract a win.
Whatever at that point. I'm at 18-1 in conference play, Jackpot. But I don't know. We'll see. I like the kid that transferred in. Was it Mac? I think Mac's a good player. I like the kid from Minnesota, Taylon Cooper, doing a good job. And also yesterday, if you notice, when he wasn't playing very well, Lamont Paris didn't have. This is what I like about Lamont Paris. See, this is what I like about him. And
Shane Beamer needs to get a little bit more of this about himself. Lamont Paris is not scared to sit good players when they're fucking up and teach them a lesson. Michie Johnson wasn't playing very well yesterday. Been running his mouth a little bit, jawing back and forth with the Mizzou guy. And he was doing a little bit of that with the Alabama peeps on Tuesday. Wasn't playing very good. He sat his ass.
Yeah, Michie Johnson sat for a good. I mean, he
for
and
a
all
good portion of that game to teach him a lesson. And you've seen him last year. He done it with Gigi Jackson when he was fucking up. So he's not scared to trust on his backups. But then I was looking at the message boards today, the Gamecock message boards. They said they didn't understand why Paris, why he gives so many minutes to Stephen Clark. He's basically a JV player out there playing with the ones and whatnot. Stephen Clark has probably got more damn heart, grit, and determination in his body than whatever your fucking goofy ass, whatever you damn do for a living, Mr. Message Board fucking genius, has in your fucking pinky finger.
Yeah, well, and the thing that gets me with that too is that
I think it's because he came from the Citadel or whatever. He's a scrub. I mean, he's a decent player.
But here's the thing, and I know this sounds like I'm being silly here, but you don't see what this kid's doing in practice. If he's out there and he's in practice and he's showing up and he's playing his ass off on defense, he may be putting him out there to send a message to the other guy that has more talent. It's like, look, if you don't get your shit together, you're not going to fucking play. Go fuck yourself. Could be that too, you know?
Yep.
So, I don't know. As far as Clemson goes, you know, I like this season is if they don't go to the tournament this season they got the kid Gerard from Syracuse, who's a pretty good player, and they got a hell of a 1-2 punch combination with him and PJ Hall, and then they got Schiffler, who is averaging like a double-double in the past 5 games. He looks like Screech from Saved by the Bell.
Schiffler? Oh, no.
Schiffler.
Him, yeah.
Yeah, but he's just a big old goofy kid, but he's doing
the fat Peter Brady.
Whatever.
Yeah.
The point is that he is if Brownell can't get to the tournament with what people are saying is a possible ACC player of the year in PJ Hall, and then the kid from Syracuse, and some of the other pieces that he's got there, then you're just, if you don't fire him if he doesn't make the tournament this year, then you're just saying we don't give a shit about basketball. This is just something for us to have. Dabo Sweeney can come out and talk to people during basketball season. We're not going to
show up with his black eye. What was the name of, what was that jerk who that played for Clemson last year? The white kid I couldn't stand.
Hunter Tyson.
Yeah. Whatever happened to him?
He is, let me make sure, he got drafted by the Denver Nuggets, and I think he is.
Oh, that's Alex English's team.
Yeah, he got drafted by the Denver Nuggets. Hold on, I'm checking it out here. Nuggets, Denver. He was. Let's make sure that. I think he's still on the team. Like, and I didn't think he was an NBA player, but apparently he's got. Come on, show me the roster. Okay. Let's see here. I don't know if he's. Let's see here. They got Michael.
Robert, are you doing the show in a diner?
No. Why?
Well, I hear dishes clanking back and forth.
Oh, my wife's over there. She's doing dishes. She's doing some.
Oh
dishes.
Lord! It sounded like you're in a diner. I expected to see Flo walk by in her waitress uniform.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, but Hunter Tyson is still on the Denver Nuggets roster. He's played in 8 games. But he's like the last guy on the bench, basically. But he's a rookie. He's on the team. So there's that.
They're talking about snow here. Fireball says, Robin Kell, y'all getting snow this week. I haven't seen it in our forecast. I know you hadn't if I hadn't.
No, I'm pulling up the weather right now. It looks like they're telling me hypothermia, like you go to Weather Channel, hypothermia and frostbite possible. Is it safe to go outside? How cold will it get? Holy shit.
So everybody said, Big Barney Ross says it's snowing up there in his part of Kentucky, Kentucky or Pennsylvania, Kentucky. He's getting some snow. Papa B said he's getting heavy snow. Where are you located at, Papa B? I mean, you're in Mississippi State. I know you ain't getting no snow in Mississippi. Maybe you don't live in Mississippi. Where are you located at?
Papa B lives in Alaska.
Jerry Wells said Mel was always pissed off. Yeah, he was, because them damn girls wouldn't do any fucking work. They want to stand around and talk too much. He needed to get those damn eggs and grits served. North Mississippi, huh?
All right, so
well, North Mississippi is basically Memphis, right?
All right, hold on, Jackpot. I'm looking at it here. It says, wait a minute. I was looking at it. Okay, for Friday the 19th, we have a 1% chance of snow Friday night. That's what it's.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Somebody said Jackpot would get it before y'all would in Columbia, but I'm gonna tell you something that's kind of a little bit strange, a little weather fact. Whenever it used to snow here back in the day when I was in school, it would always start snowing in Atlanta before it would snow here, and we're like, it's for the fucking south in here. Why? And it's something weird that has to do with the mountains and like the snow, like it will blanket western North Carolina and the mountains, like all the way up about the Travelers Rest. And then it just kind of like flies over the top of the foothills. And then it will start snowing back again when it gets down to like Lawrence and Newberry County. And oftentimes they've gotten some snow in Columbia when we didn't even get it.
Okay, so it's saying Tuesday night there's a 13% chance of snow.
We just got totally dipped on,
Yeah, I don't like if it snows, that would be some crazy shit. But apparently 13% is I don't think that's gonna happen. We're not gonna get any fucking snow.
13% is pretty low.
Yeah, I mean
it's
that's not very good at all. We don't get any snow here. It's just the way that it is. So
yeah, it snows right now where we used to go in Pennsylvania. For our vacations, it's kind of butthole deep right there, right now. So
I'm not big on the whole snow thing, man. I mean, it's okay for a little bit, but then like after, it's like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan, and that's probably why I've talked about moving there back in the past. I've really given serious consideration to that. No shit, but probably won't. Because of that, because that's just not something I want to deal with, man. If I ever leave the upstate of South Carolina and move anywhere in South Carolina, it will probably be to like the Somerville, Moncks Corner, Mount Pleasant area. Because I like that area of South Carolina.
What about Donald, South Carolina? You were talking about earlier.
Yeah, no. That's like basically being here, but just out in the country. No, I'm not doing that. I would actually live in Anderson County, South Carolina, if I was out in the country. Just away from a lot of people, because that's where I want to be. Just out away from everybody. That's why I like Pennsylvania, because you can get some secluded places there. But like I said, if it was in South Carolina, it would have to be in the Charleston area. I like it there. I like it a lot. I don't know why. Even when I was in college and stuff, I liked it there a lot. I don't like the Myrtle Beach, Florence. No, I don't like that area. I really. I don't like. I like the Gamecocks. I love the Gamecocks, but I don't like Columbia. Aiken and that area. Never spent enough time there to even know, but I could probably say I wouldn't like it. So yeah, that leaves the coast, and that's where I'd want to be.
Well, yeehaw with that. So South Carolina plays. Who you got next in hoops, Jackpot?
The Gamecocks play at home on Tuesday night against the Georgia Bulldogs.
But by the way, I was watching the Georgia-Tennessee game, a little bit of that yesterday. Like, Georgia had Tennessee on the ropes. Tennessee had to dig deep. They were down 10 with like 4 minutes to go, and they came back and put the clamps on Georgia and got the win. But
I saw some Tennessee fans over on Twitter. There was one account called Sullen Surf. I don't know. I know who that is because you follow it on. He was talking shit about they were one number of whatever for Georgia was mouthing off, and like tell them to take a bow or something like that because they were winning by like 2 late in the game. Like, well, I mean, what the fuck were they supposed to do? Okay, I mean, it's Georgia. I mean, they're not really known for basketball. But they want to be good at it. So, yeah.
So yeah, Clemson plays Georgia Tech at home on Tuesday, and then they go to Florida State and then to Duke before. What a mess. Now my dogs are going to try to.
Who is Jaden say is being a bad boy? Is he talking to?
He's talking to my dog Pluto, who's being obnoxious.
No. Pluto's not being bad. He's just being irreverent.
No, Pluto's look. I love my dog, but he's deaf and he's dumb. Let's just be honest.
Oh, no, that's not nice, Rob.
I'm just being. I love that dog. I'll fight you over the dog, but he is deaf and he is dumb.
Well, I don't want to fight you.
Right.
I'm telling you, this beer that I'm drinking tonight, I've got a couple of them left, or I think this might be the last one. I'm not sure.
What in the hell is that?
I bought it from Lowe's Foods. This is a Charleston beer. It's a Chucktown beer. This is Marsh Hen Cream Ale from the Revelry Brewing Company.
If you go,
Charleston, South Carolina, smooth, good stuff.
If you go to the bartender and ask him for that, he's just going to jump up on top of the bar, whip out his mule, and start pissing on you. Here's some beer for you.
The bar? No! This was like $12 for a 6-pack. This is not that type. It's not piss water.
Jackpot being fancy. What happened to the good old days of Jackpot drinking Coors Light and Miller Light?
Not drinking. I got Miller Light right there. And look, I bought this today at the what was it called? The Gap? No. Outlet.
Yeah. Show him the jug, Jackpot. Your microphone's going out on me. Big Barney Ross wants to know, what's the alcohol content by volume?
This one's 5%.
I do like the shirt, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, showed off. I got it for 50% off too. Where did I get that thing from? It wasn't the Gap. It was some other store at the Asheville Outlet Mall.
Fireball says it was the Baby Gap.
It wasn't a fucking Baby Gap. It wasn't a damn Goodwill.
I didn't say
he's making fun of. He's talking about that damn. What movie was that from? Was that Friday After Next? They're making fun of the little pimp Cat Williams. Say, where you get that from? The Baby Gap?
Maybe.
I think it was.
All right. Well, that's some interesting stuff there. What are you gonna do tomorrow, Jackpot? You working tomorrow?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to, over the course of about 16 days, I'm going to put these out. And I'm going to start on them tomorrow morning. And I'm going to maybe record a couple of them a little bit ahead. I'm going to start going through these SEC schedules one by one, and we're going to talk about the schedules because there's some interesting games out there for some of these teams in 2024. And I was looking too today at week 0. Week 0's toned down a lot this year. We don't have like 6-7 games like we did in the past. There's 2 FCS versus FBS matchups. There's Montana taking on somebody. There's Eastern Illinois, the Panthers, the team that the Gamecocks played a couple of years ago, taking on Illinois. And then you've got FSU and Georgia Tech going at it at the old Aviva Stadium in Dublin, Ireland for the 3rd year in a row. We're going to have a game over there. And I think that'll probably be the best. Well, the last year's game between Northwestern and Nebraska was a pretty good game. That one was good and competitive. The one this year, the Notre Dame Navy, was terrible. That was just an awful game.
Like the first week of the season, are there like the week 1 games? I mean, you've got Clemson, Georgia.
Yeah, you got. How about this one? Here's one: Notre Dame and Texas A&M.
In week 0.
In week 1.
Week 1. Oh, okay.
That's a good one. People that those teams have met 5 times over the years. They split a home and home in 2000 and 2001, and then the only other times they played was in 94, 93, and 88 in the Cotton Bowls. So that should be interesting. You got LSU and USC going to go at it. We've got Texas and Michigan going to go at it. I think Alabama goes to Wisconsin, which, I mean, they should win that game, but, I mean, that's not going to be easy. So, yeah, some of these SEC teams, some of them have not been afraid to schedule, a big-time out-of-conference Power 5 opponent. Missouri, they should be ashamed of their out-of-conference schedule. And I like the Mizzou people, and I like them there. I like that. But they're going on the road to UMass and then playing Boston College at home. So I guess they're trying to be what's Mizzou trying to be, the fucking champions of Beantown?
I mean, you get a trophy for that, right?
Well, maybe you do. Maybe you do. What was it I told them a few years ago? No, it's not your khakis. It's your khakis. It's what you start your fucking car up with. And then I think they're playing like Southern Illinois and some other misnomer. So, yeah, they should be 4-0 in the non-conference easy. There's no way they're not losing to Boston College. But they did a few years ago. But this team's not going to lose to Boston College.
Larry, let's take Larry's comment. It'll be the last one we have this evening because it is interesting. He says he wants you, Jackpot, to start trying to bring attention to the inaction on the part of Shane for not effectuating any actionable changes in his defensive boondoggle.
Okay, I don't know if I can translate that, but I think I can I kind of smell what you're cooking.
Okay, I was just wondering. I mean, you speak Gamecock. I thought you could.
Saying he doesn't have any balls.
Basically.
Yeah. I saw that, let's see, Vanderbilt's going to play a home game in week 1 against Virginia Tech. I don't see the Commodores winning that one. Do you? Virginia Tech at Vandy. Yeah, I think VT wins that.
I don't think that's gonna matter. There's what was it? Someone was pitching me the other day about how they think that Oklahoma and Texas will at best go 8-4 next season in SEC play. And so I was looking at like when you look at Texas's schedule. So look at it from this perspective. Now they still got their guys there, I know. And Sarkisian is a good coach, but when I look at their schedule, they've got Colorado State in Austin. They go to Ann Arbor, which you were talking about that earlier. Then they come home for UTSA and then Louisiana Monroe. They play Mississippi State at home. They have Oklahoma in the Cotton Bowl. And then they have Georgia. That game's in Austin. They play at Vanderbilt. They have Florida coming to Austin. They go to Arkansas. Kentucky's at home, and then they play at College Station at the end of the season against Texas A&M. When you look at that schedule, that's interesting. And, I mean, that's a tough schedule, in my opinion, for Texas. So, because, I think Oklahoma's kind of a fraud. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Oklahoma lost a lot of players to that portal. This past year, especially on the line of scrimmage. I mean, that's kind of.
So here's Oklahoma's schedule. Let's see here. Come on. Yes.
Let's play a win game with Oklahoma's schedule. Just throw it out there.
All right. So they got in Norman. They play Temple. I think that's a win.
A win.
Then they got Houston.
That's
in Norman. They also have Tulane in Norman. They don't leave. That game's in Norman. Then they have Tennessee on September 21st. So 4 straight games in Norman.
That's a toss-up.
Then their first SEC road game is on the road at Auburn, September 28th.
That's a toss-up.
Then they get a week off before they play Texas in Dallas.
I think that's a loss.
Then they come home to play South Carolina.
It's probably a win.
They go on the road to play Ole Miss, October 26th.
I think that's probably a loss.
Then they play Maine. Maine?
They're
playing Maine.
Holy
What
fucking
the
shit!
fuck?
I
God
think they might scrape by and win that one. The Black
damn.
Bears.
Yeah, the Black Bears, and then they go to Mizzou, and then
That's a
Alabama visits
loss.
them. Alabama visits them,
That's
and
probably a
then they
loss.
go. Then they play in Baton Rouge to end the season.
Probably a loss. They will lose 5 games.
They could theoretically drop the last
6-6.
3 games. In fact,
I mean, it's not. It's not unfathomable they could lose to the Gamecocks, and they could finish 6-6. Yeah, it's not unfathomable they lose to the Black Bears. What? I don't understand that. I mean, you're in Oklahoma. I mean, you have FCS teams in Texas and in art. I mean, any particular combination of states all around you. I mean, why are we inviting a team from fucking Maine to fly to Norman, Oklahoma? I mean, how did that get down? I wonder how that shit gets worked out.
I don't know. Somebody knows somebody or some nonsense.
Maine should be playing, if they're going to play an FC or FBS team, maybe like Syracuse, Rutgers. I don't know. I mean, that probably be a trip of a lifetime for the Maine boys. They'll equate that as like going to Hawaii or something.
No, but like I remember a couple of years, it was like 5 years ago, like Buddy Pugh took South Carolina State to Wisconsin. They played at Wisconsin. What the fuck?
They win?
Fuck no. You out of your mind? Jesus. No, but he even said it before the game. He called them like their challenging games or whatever. And he even said, hey, this funds our entire athletic department for the whole year.
Whoa, what's this over in the chat? Did Maine beat Mississippi State? When did this happen?
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now.
Was that the same year that Alabama lost to Louisiana Monroe?
I'm looking it up. I don't remember.
I know. I think Mizzou lost to Troy.
I can't even. I'm trying to Google it. Let's see here. Mississippi State. I mean, I'm sure it happened. Why not? Loses to Maine? When the hell did this happen? They don't even have that on the Wikipedia. Like, Maine is not a team.
No, FCS teams are not on there.
Yeah, Maine wins. This is 9-7 over Mississippi State. Ron Whitcomb in 2004 threw a 17-yard touchdown pass to Kevin McMahon with 2:55 left. And Division I AA Maine stopped Mississippi State twice in the final minutes to beat the Bulldogs.
Shane McMahon's youngest cousin?
9-7.
Oh, my God.
How did that Mississippi State team do on the season?
You know who played? You know who was the defensive lineman for the Maine Black Bears? Talking about wrestling, and this is true. D'Lo Brown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, D'Lo Brown is a University of Maine alum. Remember when he used to do this when he was getting ready to start up his finisher? He was like, what was the thing he would do like this? And didn't he have like a head bobble or something?
Yeah, he like shake his head like he's running.
Remember when he had the chest plate?
Yeah.
So he could do the frog splash off the top rope like he's Eddie Guerrero. Come on, man, you ain't no Eddie Guerrero.
Hey, just for the record, that 2004 team was coached by Sylvester Kroom. It was his first season there. And
the Maine team or the South, the
Mississippi State team.
Oh God!
So
no wonder
Mississippi State had 2 SEC wins on the season. You want to take a guess who they are?
South Carolina and Vanderbilt.
No, sir. How about Kentucky and Florida? They beat Florida. All right, Elsa. My German Shepherd's upset. But yeah, they beat Kentucky 38. So they beat Florida 38-31, the 20th ranked Gators.
Wow. So that would have been the Ron Zook Gators, right?
I don't know, 2004.
On that side.
Yeah, let's see here. 2004 Gators. Yeah, that's Ron Zook in his 3rd season. That was the year Charlie Strong took over for him.
I think that was his last season too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's Ziggy? He right there.
Yeah, Ziggy didn't go far from jackpot.
He doesn't. He's not. He doesn't go far from me at all, does you, buddy? Unless he decides he wants to try to run off.
Big Barney Ross says Tennessee should make the playoffs next season. Look, there's going to be 12 spots. I don't think it's hard to sit here and say, hey, you know what? This X team has a chance to go. I mean, there's like, 6 auto bids and then 6 berths?
Somebody's going to make that 12. Probably, I would dare say a couple or 3 teams are going to make that 12-team playoff that you wouldn't have a fucking clue to even pick them this point. I mean, one could be Kansas State.
Oh, Jesus. One could be the Maine Bears.
No, I don't think they let FCS teams in, but
why not? We'll have to see on that front. I don't know. I'm thinking that I like Ole Miss to make the playoff next year.
Oh God, I mean, I'm not surprised at that. You do.
I like Ole Miss.
No, I think you like their coach. I think you got a crush on him.
No, I think that he's got.
What are they going to do at running back? I mean, you don't have a running back.
It's plug and play, sir.
Plug and play. So we're just going to insert.
I already said it doesn't matter. He'll get 600 yards next season in that offense. Doesn't matter.
600 yards is not shit.
That doesn't matter.
Jenkins has been 1,500 yards.
He didn't get 1,400 yards last season.
Doesn't matter. I still won a bunch of games.
They'll win.
He had 15 touchdowns on the ground.
They'll have a two-headed.
You know why he didn't? There's another one he's talking about. You know why he didn't have those yards? It's because Markel Blackwell, the new Gamecocks running back coach, had went to Texas A&M.
Okay. I'm not going to argue with silly.
What do you think about that? About Markel Blackwell? And I want to talk about something else too, real quick, and get into this. Chris Rumpf, Clemson defensive line coach. I was noticing over on the Big Spur message board, someone had talked something about him. And I don't remember exactly what the conversation was, but maybe you know something about this that I don't. But Hale McGranahan over on the 24/7 side about the Gamecocks said that Rumpf has been like the most negative anti-Gamecock recruiter of them all. Do you know anything about that?
You know, I know that I know when they won when Clemson won their bowl game, he was laughing in the box that they were talking about SEC, huh? He was saying stuff like that, but I think he just likes to fire people up. I don't, you know, what is there to say when it comes down to all of that? Because, I mean, what's he gonna say? I mean, it's not like they're going against South Carolina for recruits and in state. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a big deal or not, but I think it's interesting that he's at Clemson. I mean, and he played at South Carolina. So,
well, I mean, Clemson seems to have it seems like they've kind of just given up on the state of South Carolina in recruiting.
I think they get the players they want.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're not recruiting against them. I did see, too, something that pissed me off, and I've noticed this since last summer, this young man, Jonte Gilbert, who's class of 2025 from out of the Atlanta area, Frederick Douglass High School. He's a safety/cornerback. They have him right now crystal balled to the tater shits. His head coach is Stanley Pritchett. So that needs to change real quick. I mean, he's taken a few officials to South Carolina, so this is another one that Shane Beamer and his staff. I mean, this young man needs to have a crystal ball to South Carolina, not fucking Clemson.
Hold on, but like Stanley Pritchett, who played at South Carolina, for those who don't know, maybe he's like, I went there. I don't want you to go there. Maybe, why are you bashing Pritchett, or are you bashing the coaching staff?
Not bashing anybody. Why would Stanley Pritchett tell a young man that?
I don't know. Maybe Stanley Pritchett sees the writing on the wall and says, look, this guy Beamer's a clown. He's kicking coolers and all this other shit. If you have an opportunity to go somewhere else, I think he's passionate, but
the jury's still out on him. We'll have to wait.
I mean, Look, if you could think in yourself, all right, look, this is one of my top players, and he says, look, I can go to Clemson or South Carolina, and you're sitting there and you look at Shane Beamer, who's literally kicking coolers and blaming hot dogs and everything else. Could you really send him there? You think you're doing your kid justice doing that?
Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, he kicked a water cooler. He didn't kick a kid.
I didn't say he kicked a kid. I'm just saying he's acting like a child. That's all I'm saying. And the idea of, hey, you want him to go there and get his degree, right? I mean, that's the end all be all, but Beamer may not be there. I mean, you have to tell
R says, okay, R says, in the comment section, R says, we have to admit Beamer's staff stinks. No, I don't. There are some people on there he needs to get rid of, but I mean, Markel Blackwell, I mean, a guy that led a freshman and a freshman 3-star and Quidshon Jenkins to a SEC running championship as a true freshman. He stinks. Dowell Loggins, I mean, a guy who's he's Loggins, who's logged miles in the NFL. He stinks. I don't think so.
Look, Jackpot Beamer can't fire himself, so there's that.
No, that's fair.
So I don't know. I think that I don't know. Who knows at this juncture?
Nettario says Dabo not be there in 4 years unless he changes his recruiting. Yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, once again, I mean, they brought in nobody, zero, nothing through the transfer portal. That's insane. It's insane to me. It's fucking insane to me. I don't understand. And like I said, I mean, these 19, 20-year-old kids they don't have the hatred that I do for Clemson. They're not biased against Clemson the way I do. I mean, they know they've won a couple of natties in the past 10 years. I mean, and they got a pretty decent program going on up there. Got a pretty decent thing. Put some people in the league. I mean, they would go there. I don't even think they even entertain the thought because they're like, well, your old fuddy-duddy up there. I'd probably laugh about him in group chats and stuff. Of like the transfer portal kids, old fuddy-duddy up there. He ain't going to talk to nobody. Can't go up there for a visit. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy to me. Why would you not, good Lord, there's some holding there. Try to get the best talent you could possibly on your team. I don't understand it.
All right. Well, we'll be back at it on Wednesday. We'll have a better idea of what's going on with the basketball teams, and Jackpot's putting out stuff on these SEC schedules. So be sure to tune in.
We're going to talk about those SEC schedules a little bit. And as I see the Rams are, damn it, please don't. I mean, these Detroit Lions, man, they haven't won. So they haven't. This was the first time I think they've hosted a home playoff game since like '94.
Matt Stafford can still sling the shit out of a football, though, man. He's really good.
Yeah, but I mean, home field advantage, and that's got to fucking account for something. They're going to win this game. They're going to win this game by 4 points, and they're going to win this game. I have confidence that's going to happen there.
Did you put your pocketbook up there on that 3 points, Jackpot?
I did. It was 2.5 points when I took it. But they can't not. But anyway, with these basketball teams, when South Carolina, this net ranking, I swear, the more South Carolina wins and wins, this stupid net ranking just keeps dropping. And that's because the damn decent teams that we've beat fucking lose to people. Mississippi State fucking loses. Virginia Tech lost to somebody yesterday. And I can't believe this Grand Canyon. That's our quad 1 win. What the fuck is Grand? Who have they beaten?
I don't know. So Clemson's currently 27th in the.
That's ridiculous. But
and I'm trying to see where South Carolina is. Where is South Carolina?
Like 50th, something, 55th,
54th.
54th. That's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, but see, shit like that's what keeps you out of the damn tournament, though.
Yeah, it does, and it's silly. I mean, what's the fucking what good's the damn AP poll or whatever when they're using this garbage?
Well, I mean, the AP poll is a bunch of chunky guys who don't know anything. So
well, I don't vote on that, so I don't know about that.
All right. Well, once again, please subscribe to the show. Like it over there, all that good stuff. And check out Jackpot's videos he's got coming out because he's going to put some good stuff up there. I'm on Twitter at Rob Sounds
good. Great.
Oh, yeah. Great. I'm sorry, Jackpot. Great stuff.
Thank you. Thanks for correcting yourself.
Yeah. So check out Jackpot's great stuff and whatever else we have on the channel. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you later on.
See ya.